Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Al Curti, and this is me under quarantine. Life it's nuts. I mean, right now is a crazy time. I can't even believe that this is happening. I used to watch movies about this and then eat popcorn, without the mask, and now we're living in it. So very crazy times. But as far as NoBull is concerned, and we as a country and us as people, we're unstoppable. Unstoppable. Like some post-production can do something with that, like pa pa pa, unstoppable. But anyway, today we're going to talk about life as we know it is just totally different right now. What quarantine's done, how it's affecting us, how it's affecting our business, how it's affecting NoBull. So this is us under quarantine. This is NoBull under quarantine. Wow, is it difficult, and it is so strange to have to communicate with people like your own family and like your mother and father and whatever, siblings, people that you're super close with, your own family. You have to like FaceTime and Zoom and communicate in such a way digitally, which, thank God that we have those things, but social distancing, it's weird. I mean, I'm a super social person. I love to be around people. I like going to the coffee shop and having our meetings there for NoBull. And, we used to do it every day. I would literally go to the coffee shop every day and have meetings there. And sponsors, potential sponsors, just educating the area about what's going on and all sorts of stuff. Charity meetings. And that was like, I miss it terribly. I miss my partners. I miss John and Rob. Seeing their faces just want to, like when you just hug. But it has affected things, right? And it's affected things probably for a very long time in the way that we think about business and the way that we think about interactions with one another and our priorities. I think the one thing it's affected mostly is our priorities and sort of learning what it's like to have more time alone with yourself, with your thoughts.
The social distancing part hasn't necessarily directly affected NoBull or my other businesses. What it has affected is our partners and the people we're working with. So it's just slowed that down while they're figuring out how to navigate this new normal. In fact, when it comes to Al, Rob, and I, we work the same way we always have. We had never had an office. Those have changed. We used to meet in a coffee shop, and then that's changed now to just being phone calls or FaceTime video chatting, but our dynamic hasn't changed that much. So we're lucky to have already set up a system for remote work, but we are living through a very strange time that everyone is trying to figure out, and I think everything is just slowing down a little bit while we all figure that out.
But in regards to NoBull 2020, we are busy as usual. We're just moving forward with the plan as we had started out with. We have a video conference or a Zoom call or of some kind of communication on a weekly basis. And we've got a plan B and a plan C, but we're not steering away from what the original plan was. I think now it's more important than ever that we figure out a way to get creative, and all the more reason to continue on with NoBull 2020 because we are looking to provide people, attendees, business owners, entrepreneurs with information that's tangible that they can take away and put back into their business. And so now we're just going to give them even more ammunition to go back to work with.
I think the worst thing businesses can do is to sit and wait for this to be over, or even sit and wait for government assistance. Even restaurants and places that are closed. And here's the reason. I have been fortunate enough to have a background in marketing, and we saw this with the Great Recession in 2008, 2009. The businesses that came out of that the best thriving were the businesses that did not give up their marketing, did not give up brand awareness. They were at the top of everyone's minds all the way through that hard time. So that when we came out of it, people started to get jobs again, the economy started to pick up, people started to have money again. Those brands were at the top of those consumers' minds and people's minds. They came out of that like a rocket ship. The same goes for this. I know we're all figuring out the health implications here, and obviously everyone needs to stay safe, social distancing, that is a given. But what companies can't do is slow down their marketing, slow down their productivity. And this is the perfect time to figure out pivots that need to happen, efficiencies that need to be made. This is the perfect time to notice all of that stuff and to really hammer through this crisis that we're going through and making sure that you are putting your resources in the most important places to come out of this smelling like roses.
So the key to keep going through all of this is to have a daily action plan in writing. We're continuing to do that with NoBull. We meet via video, chat, text multiple times a day. We are executing our plan, not only plan A, but also plan B and then plan C. You've got to have a backup game plan in case things don't go as you had initially projected.
But listen, NoBull is going to keep going. I mean, it's literally the foundation of our brand is a no bullshit, unbiased, unfiltered, smash through walls kind of brand business. There is no giving up. It's finding your place. It's finding the best things the best value that you can deliver to people, and then not compromising on that value. So with all of this going on, we're not going to give up. We're not going to just say, oh, we were an event this first year, was out of our control, so we're just going to throw our hands up and, let the history take its course. We're going to find a way, right? So we're already talking about what if, God forbid, this is still going on in the fall during our event. What are we going to do? We talked about postponing the event until next year, until things have smoothed out, because we want to deliver maximum value. So we talked about holding a virtual event, and Al brought up a good point that while that might be a band-aid on the situation, for our first year, we can't let a virtual event be the thing that we launch with. So, if we're in that place, we're going to push the event back to 2021 to make it a massive, massive success. That being said, we're still trying to find ways to add value up until that point. So we're talking, live streams with some of our speakers or experts or panelists where they do Q&A to help generate kind of some value before the event. So we're going to keep on keeping on. We're going to do great things, and I'm excited for the opportunities. Is dark as a time we're living through, as it is. And at the event, it's still going to be a massive success. It's still going to be a home run, grand slam. We have the partners, we have the content, we have the speakers, and we have the talent to make it an amazing event. So I really hope everyone out there stays healthy, and that is first and foremost. And I do have to say, it's amazing to see the companies that are allocating their resources to helping the world try to get through this. It's really showing that the world can come together, and we can, combat a global crisis like this. So we're all going to get through it, and I'm excited to see where everyone comes out on the back end of this, because I think we're going to be in a really good spot overall as a society and as the world.